The swimming pool closed an hour ago, but the lights are still under the water. Your sandals scrape against the concrete slowly near the locked gate. A towel hangs over your shoulder, still damp from earlier tonight. The palm trees keep moving a little against the dark sky. Somebody left a paper cup near the lounge chairs by the fence. You keep spinning your room key card between your fingers. Swimming pool gate after midnight, blue light across your arms. Swimming pool gate after midnight, summer under the water. The filter machine keeps humming softly underneath the deep end lights. You sit on top of the warm concrete wall, looking at the empty pool. A plane moves across the sky slowly, then disappears behind the clouds. You pull your knees against your chest without saying anything. Soft air, blue light, water moving in circles, no sound. One night, the city staying awake. The pool light still shaking softly while the water stays still. The dryers are still turning slowly behind the glass doors near the wall. Warm air moves through the room and touches your sleeves. You keep staring at the tiny basement window where the street lights look blurry tonight. A sock falls from the folding table. Nobody notices. Laundry room window, warm air in your hair. Laundry room window, summer after midnight. You open the vending machine twice, then close it without buying anything. The machine lights stay blue against the tile floor. A train passes somewhere overhead, making the ceiling shake a little. You look up for a second, then back at the spinning dryers. The dryers still moving in circles while the room stays warm. The television light stays moving slowly across the bedroom ceiling tonight. Your oversized hoodie falls over your hands while you're sitting near the end of the bed. The air conditioner keeps making the same same sound every few seconds, and the curtains move a little from the window being open. Outside the apartment building, the parking lot still looks wet from the rain earlier tonight. Under the orange streetlights, bedroom television light, blue light on your face. Bedroom television light, summer staying awake. You pull the blanket closer slowly, without really looking away. The same late night commercial keeps playing on the television again. A car passes underneath the window, then another one a few minutes later. The room still feels exactly the same, without changing very much. Soft breathing, blue shadows, cold air through the curtains. No words now, no movement, just television light. You lean your head against the wall quietly, looking somewhere through the room. Your phone screen lights beside the pillow and disappears again. The television still moving softly across the bedroom ceiling. The car wash light stay reflected across the wet pavement tonight. You sit on the hood of the car quietly, holding a bottle of water. The machine brushes keep turning slowly behind the glass windows, and blue light moves across your shoes near the empty vacuum station. Outside the road still looks warm from the heat earlier today. A motorcycle passes far away, then disappears completely. Car wash lights, blue light on your sleeves. Car wash lights, some after midnight. The same radio station keeps playing softly from inside the parked car. You pull your knees a little closer, looking through the windshield. A paper receipt moves in the wind slowly near the edge of the sidewalk. The air still feels warm tonight, even after midnight. Soft breathing, warm air, water moving under the lights. No words now, just headlights moving through the glass. You stay looking at the spinning brushes without really watching them. The whole place feels half asleep and stays that way. The car wash lights still moving softly across the wet pavement. The ice machine outside room 12 keeps making the same sound tonight. Warm air moves through the open hallway from the parking lot. Your hair is still a little wet from the shower earlier tonight. A towel hangs over the chair quietly near the television light. The soda machine near the stairs glows against the dark blue wall. Headlights move across the curtain slowly, then disappear again. Motel Ice Machine, blue light through the hallway. Motel Ice Machine, summer after midnight. You sit near the edge of the bed quietly, looking toward the window glass. The air conditioner keeps turning on and off again. Somebody closes a car door softly near the end of the parking lot. The room stays exactly the same for a while. Soft breathing, warm air, the television staying on. No movement, no sound, just light through the curtains. You pull the blanket across your legs slowly without looking away from the window. The night outside keeps staying awake a little longer. The ice machine's still making that sound through the warm hallway air. The bus stop bench still feels warm from the heat earlier tonight. A faded advertisement moves a little inside the glass frame. Street lights stretch across the sidewalk near the empty crossing sign. Your shoes stay touching the curb quietly without moving. The soda machine outside the pharmacy glows against the dark windows. A moth keeps circling around the light near the parking lot. Empty bus stop bench, orange light on your hands. Empty bus stop bench, somewhere beside the road. The same traffic signal changes colors slowly, even with nobody waiting there. You pull your sleeves across your fingers, looking down the street. A distant train sound moves through the air behind the apartment buildings. The whole city still looks awake, but farther away now. Soft breathing, warm night, street lights on the sidewalk. No movement, no voices, just cars in the distance. You stay leaning against the bus stop glass quietly, watching reflections move beside you. The road keeps staying empty for a while. The bus stop, lights still glowing softly through the summer night. curtains keep moving across the floor slowly. Every few minutes when the wind changes outside, your hoodie hangs over the kitchen chair near the half-empty water bottle. The microwave clock says 2:17, but the apartment doesn't feel late. Street lights from the parking lot keep changing the shapes on the wall. You sit near the end of the couch quietly, pulling at loose threads on your sleeve. The television stays on with the volume low without really saying anything. Balcony door noise, somewhere inside the room. Balcony door noise, blue light on your hands. A motorcycle passes underneath the window, then another one a few minutes later. The refrigerator starts humming again near the dark kitchen. Your phone screen lights beside the pillow once before turning dark again. Outside the air still looks warm tonight above the apartment buildings. Soft air, blue shadows, the curtains moving again. You look toward the balcony quietly without getting up. The balcony door making that sound again, while the room stays awake. The elevator screen across the hallway keeps changing numbers through the doorway. Blue light falls onto the kitchen floor near the empty glass beside the sink. Your shoes stay underneath the table next to the hoodie from earlier tonight. The air still feels warm inside the apartment, even with the windows open. Somebody upstairs drops something heavy, then the whole building goes quiet again. You keep turning the cap on the water bottle without really noticing. Apartment elevator screen, blue light near the doorway. Apartment elevator screen, summer staying awake. The same late night advertisement keeps playing on the television softly. Headlights move across the ceiling once, then disappear into the room. The refrigerator starts humming quietly near the dark kitchen cabinets. You sit with your knees against your chest, looking toward the balcony glass. Soft air, gray shadows, the hallway staying quiet. No movement now, just the elevator numbers changing. The elevator screen still glowing softly, while the apartment stays awake. The window screen is still glowing from the apartment across the street tonight. Blue light keeps changing slowly across the wall beside the bookshelf. Your drink is getting warmer near the edge of the kitchen. kitchen table. The ice melted a while ago already, but you never finished it. The fan keeps making the same sound every few seconds above the television. Outside the parking lot still looks wet from the rain earlier tonight. Window screen light, blue light on your face. Window screen light, summer's day in the wake. You sit with your knees against your chest quietly, looking through the curtains without moving. The same headlights pass below again, then disappear behind the buildings. Your phone lights beside the pillow once before turning dark again. The apartment feels exactly the same, like nothing changed at all. Soft breathing, cold air through the curtains. No voices now, just blue light moving. The fan keeps making the same sound again. Near the end of the room, you look toward the window for a second, then back at the floor. The window screen still glowing softly while the apartment stays awake. The ice cream freezer stays open too long, and cold air falls onto your shoes. You're reading ingredients on the back like you're actually interested. Your hair keeps falling in front of your face while the fluorescent lights stay white. A shopping cart wheel squeaks somewhere near the front entrance. Outside the store window, a motorcycle waits at the red light. Rainwater from earlier tonight still shines across the parking lot. Ice cream freezer light, blue light on your face. Ice cream freezer light, summer in the glass door. You pick up two different flavors slowly, then put one back without saying why. The freezer glass turns cloudy again from the cold air. A cashier counts receipts quietly near the lottery machine lights. Someone drops coins beside the counter, then everything gets quiet again. Soft noise, white light, the refrigerator's humming softly, half awake. Cold air, cars moving outside. You lean against the shopping cart handle, looking through the front glass doors. Headlights slide across the floor slowly, then disappear. The drink coolest buzz near the corner. Beside the instant noodles, your phone screen lights up in your pocket, but you leave it there. The freezer door closes slowly, cold air staying in the aisle. Blue light still across your face while the store stays quiet. Blue lights shining through the glass tonight. Empty hallways breathing quietly. Water sleeping underneath the dark. nothing really moves at all. Summer air sitting in the room, soft reflections moving on the walls. Everything feels frozen after two, like the world stopped turning. Late night colors moving slow, nobody talking, nobody home. Stay a little longer, stay beneath the pool lights now. Everything feels softer when nobody is around. Stay a little longer, stay until the morning light. Quiet water holding every shadow tonight. Footsteps fading somewhere far away, doors closing softly down the hall. Tiny echoes floating through the dark, like they disappear again. Blue light falling on the empty floor, summer sitting underneath the stars. Everything feels smaller after midnight. Still, I don't wanna leave. Blue lights, still air, no sound, no sleep. Blue lights, still air, same feeling again. Blue lights shining through the glass tonight. Empty hallways breathing quietly. Yellow light spilling under the door. Empty hallway after two again. Quiet air sitting against the walls. Nothing really happens here. Tiny sounds coming from somewhere far. Elevator moving floor by floor. Everything feels softer in the dark, like it always does. Late night shadows moving slow, nobody talking, nowhere to go. Stay a little longer, stay beneath the hallway light. Everything feels quieter in the middle of the night. Stay a little longer, stay until the morning comes. I wanna stay. All lights, soft noise, no sleep, still here. All lights, soft noise, same feeling again. Yellow light spilling under the door, empty hallway after 2 again. Blue light shining on the empty floor, cold air falling from the open doors, rain still sitting on my jacket sleeves from the walk back home tonight. People passing somewhere far away, shopping carts rolling slowly through. Everything feels quiet after 2, like the world is sleeping. Soft white colors moving slow, nobody talking, nowhere to go. Stay a little longer, stay beneath the freezer light. Everything feels different in the middle of the night. Stay a little longer, stay until the morning comes. Tiny reflections moving one by one. Raindrops sliding down the window glass, street lights glowing somewhere far outside. Summer air disappearing into blue, nothing really wants to move. Tiny sounds floating through the aisles, footsteps fading one by one tonight. Everything feels smaller after midnight. Still, I wanna stay. Cold lights, slow air, no sleep, still here. Cold lights, slow air, same feeling again. Blue light shining on the empty floor, cold air falling from the open doors. Silver light falling across the walls, elevator numbers changing one by one. Late night silence sitting in the air, nothing really feels awake. Tiny reflections moving on the glass, someone's footsteps fading down the hall. Everything feels slower after 2, like the world forgot the time. Soft white colors move so slow, nobody talking, nobody home. Stay a little longer, stay beneath the mirror light. Everything feels softer in the across the walls. Elevator numbers changing one by one. Cold blue light against my tired eyes. Empty aisles breathing quietly. Shopping baskets left beside the doors. Nothing really moves tonight. Summer rain still sitting on my sleeves. Street lights glowing through the window glass. Everything feels softer after two, like the world slowed down. Soft white colors move so slow. Nobody talking, nowhere to go. Stay a little longer, stay beneath the freezer light. Everything feels quieter in the middle of the night. Stay a little longer, stay until the morning comes. Tiny reflections moving one by one. Footsteps fading somewhere far away. Cool air falling through the empty rows. Blue light floating softly on the floor. Nothing wants to disappear. Cars moving underneath the city lights. Raindrops sliding down the glass outside. Everything feels smaller after midnight. Still, I wanna stay. Cold lights, slow air, no sleep, still here. Cold lights, slow air, same feeling. I can cold blue light against my tired eyes. Empty aisles breathing quietly. Pale blue light across the empty tiles. Water sleeping underneath the dark. Summer air hanging quietly tonight. Nothing really feels awake. Tiny echoes moving through the halls. Footsteps fading somewhere far away. Everything feels slower after two, like the clock stopped turning. Soft blue colors move so slow. Nobody talking, nobody home. Stay a little longer, stay beside the swimming lights. Everything feels quieter in the middle of the night. Stay a little longer, stay until the morning comes. Tiny reflections dancing one by one. Glass doors holding pieces of the rain. Street lights glowing somewhere far outside. Empty benches waiting in the dark. Nothing wants to disappear. Summer sitting underneath the stars. Quiet sounds drifting through the air. Everything feels smaller after midnight. Still I don't wanna leave. Blue light, still air, no sleep, still here. Blue light, still air, same feeling again. Pale blue light across the empty tiles. Water sleeping underneath the dark.